So I ran the code and I have all the sci-fi movie, highest rated movie, the rating, the list of all watched, and recommendations. So for my class movie, I have a field for title, genre, and rating. Here's my constructor with a default rating of 0.0, and I override the equals method to make sure the movie title matches the title. And then I override toString to print the way I want it to. And for class user, I have a field called name and watched, which is a list of a movie. And I have a constructor here for the empty list. And I defined average rating. If the wash is empty, then the rating is 0. Otherwise, I compute the average, which is wash mapping all the rating, adding it up, and dividing up the total. And I have define a recommend of the top rating on seen movies. So all movies, and I use filter not. So I filter out all the movies that have been watched, and then I sort it in a descending order with this minus sign. And I take N, which is the top recommendation. And from object movie data, I added the list of movies here using the array movie. I have about 5, which is the total in the assignment. Here I have to find the average for Titanic and the Notebook, for which was not given in the assignment. So I find out it was 7.9 for both of them to remain the same average. I also had to do some research on what genre there was, and both of them seems to be romance. And then I added a list of users, and each users, I give them a list of movies they have watched. Here was the most difficult part because I have to make sure that they're watching the genre that will be in the recommended list. And here for main, I put it here to run the program. And then I define a header for the title so that I don't have to repeat writing this part. So I just have to call header and write the title. And for the first one, it's all the sci-fi movies. I filter it by all the genres that is called sci-fi. For each of them, I print it. And the second one is the highest rated movie. Using MaxBuy, it helps me find the maximum rating. And the second one is the average rating of all movies. Again, I have to compute the average by movies mapping up all the ratings, the sum of it, dividing the total. And the fourth is movies watched by users. Using a flat map, it helps me create a single list that all watched movies by all the users. And so distinct is also to help remove duplicates. And I will print all the watched movies separated by the comma. And for recommendations, I have a for loop that goes through the loop for users. And genres is it maps all to the genres that is unique that the user have watched. And for recommendations, I went through a list of movies, and if the genres contains the same genre that the user watched but have not watched, I will yield M. And then I will print it by recommended titles. First, I have to say if it's empty, then it will be none. Otherwise, I will map to it and have a comma separated by comma, and I will print it as for Bob or whatever the username is and the title of the movie. So for this assignment, I learned that Scala give a lot of clean code compared to Java, especially using the higher order functions. It helps maintain clean code and readability.